introduce our guest, Kevin Foster. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Great to be here with you guys, Brian and Trent and Emma.
Thank you. I'm included.
So last year we did a segment. It was veteran voices and American hero stories, and it was the veterans that had come through that live here. And I met them at Monument Terrace, or in one case, your son-in-law, and they came in and talked about what it was like to be in the military. And I know you and I had this conversation, Kevin. There's a lot of people in the Lynchburg area that give their time, and I know you do, and we've just had that conversation that, American heroes don't have to just be veterans. It can be what they do for the globe, for the world, for our community. And we discussed it, and I was like, man, why don't you come on and talk about what you do, which is fascinating to me, and talk about H2OLiFe and how you got involved and what got it started. And what your mission was and how it just grew. And just if you could give a little bit of story of what you do.
Yeah, before we start, I want to give you guys some swag.
Yep.
Got you some hats and some Yetis over here. Sorry, Emma. Yep. I didn't know you were here. I'll make sure that you get some swag.
I'll steal Brian's.
And before we jump into that, how long have you guys known each other?
Since 94?
Yeah.
94.
Probably.
Okay, so he let you use his condo in February. Mm-hmm. You know I'm going this, right? Come on, bro.
You're welcome to go. You're welcome
come on,
to go.
How about June, July, August, September, October?
No,
February, no. Come on.
That's a Airbnb, my man.
I understand, but you've known each other forever, dude.
He's not that good a friend.
Okay, all right. I see how things are.
Like green money.
Yeah. And he likes the beach during the wintertime more than the summertime.
Yeah, I'm not a summertime.
Okay.
Crowds are too big, too hot.
April is a pretty nice spot.
It would have been better, yeah.
You don't have to wear a jacket. February you could have a parker and a pullover and a hoodie. And
I'm pretty sure they thought I was a squatter because there was nobody else there.
Yeah. And what's up with the dew? You guys got the dew going on in here.
It's just our drink each week.
A drink of choice? Or
Yeah, it gets a little caffeine in us and gets us going.
I got mine sweet tea, so I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Pepsi to throw some money our way.
Let's go, Pepsi.
Has not happened this yet.
We're working on it.
I don't want to extend my limits here, but obviously Coke might be into play. Whoever steps up to the plate first.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Hey, we'll prostitute anybody that donates to the show.
Prostitute.
So what got you into H2OLiFe?
All right. So, I got sidetracked. Sorry there. I'm a rambler at times, but H2OLiFe was birthed out of a meeting, impromptu meeting that I had in 2009.
Okay.
So 2008, the market crashed around me. I'm a real estate developer. I am a general contractor by trade for the last 38 and a half years. So it's basically all I know and all I do, and I've fortunately got to work with Trent hand in hand on a lot of engineering work over that course of period of time. So I've known this dude for a very long time. And so anyway, I was at an indoor soccer game, and an old friend of mine, his name was Vernon Brewer, came up to say, "What's up, Kevin?" And I said, "Dude, the market crashed, and so what we had to do is we turned all of our sales into rentals, so we could tread water and survive."
Yep.
And so that's what we did, So in 08, 09, and early 10, we just converted over and went from a construction company to a management company. And he goes, "Well, what have you been doing with your spare time?" And I said, "Well, I've been spending a lot of time with my daughter. My youngest daughter was in college, and she was majoring in graphic design, minoring photography. And so I started taking photography classes with her at nights." And so I said, "Hey, dude, I'm taking photography classes." He goes, "You're doing what?" Yeah, at 40 something, I'm taking photography classes, but I just want to spend some time with my daughter.
Sure, yeah.
He goes, "You're not going to believe this, but I just lost my backup photographer for a trip that I'm taking day after tomorrow. And do you want to go?" And I said, well, I called him VB at the time. I said, "Where are we going?" He goes, "We're going to Haiti." I'm like, whoa, wait. Stop. Wait. They had an earthquake there like day before yesterday, and the magnitude was a record. I forget what it was, 9 or whatever it was. He goes, yeah. And of course, Vernon is in missions at World Help. And so I said, dude, I got to ask my wife. And so, of course, Vernon said, she's sitting right there. Go ask her. And so I went over and asked her, and I said, hey, he wants me to go to Haiti day after tomorrow. So I'll give you the abridged version. Fast forward, I found myself standing in downtown Port-au-Prince, Haiti, 5 days after the earthquake hit.
Wow.
And there's a 30-minute story that I could tell on how we got from Lynchburg to Haiti.
Wow, sure.
Because Port-au-Prince was shut down. So we had to go to the DR, flew into San Domingo, a whole nother story. And then we had to have translators because, we only speak English, and then English to Spanish and Spanish to Creole. And so we had to have conversations that way. And so basically I would ask a question in English. It would go to a Spanish guy, which went to a Creole guy, came back from the Creole guy to the Spanish guy to the English. And then, heck, by the time I got the answer, I forgot what I asked him.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, so it was crazy. But so anyway, from that trip, I was impacted like, oh my gosh, these people in this third world country, which Haiti is, I mean, there's tons of poor countries out there and poor people out there and people in need. But man, at this moment in time, I mean, I can tell you stories, gruesome stories of stuff that we got to see over the 2.5 days that we were there that just absolutely impacted me, And I got in the van after all that was over with, coming home and said, Lord, what in the world can I do? I mean, I'm a general contractor. I'm a land developer. I live in Lynchburg.
Yeah.
I don't live in L.A. or New York or in these big cities with a whole lot of big connections.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know what to do, but use me. Send me. So be careful when you say that.
That's what I was. Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah. Be careful when you say that. So I did say that, and over the course of the next 3 months, that short period of time, he let me realize that I have a connection group. Being in the construction business and being in the development business for all those years, just like you, I had a network of people, that I could gravitate to and get their attention. And so I just had to figure out how to get their attention. Well, that was one 4-letter word, golf.
Oh, wow.
So we started a golf tournament in 2010 at Boonesboro Country Club. And so we got it all together, and we were going to get it all fired up, and we were going to drill clean water wells in Haiti, in Guatemala, in Africa, and India, all over the place. And so we had that tournament, and go into great details with that as well, but I won't. But it was a huge success. And in that first golf tournament in 2010, we raised $66,000.
Wow.
And so we had a live auction. Nobody ever done that before. My buddy, you introduced Counts.
Yeah.
Auction group. Bill Bryant was our auctioneer. And so he did our auction for us. And it was absolutely amazing. Incredible. So we started from there. And then we progressed into the next 5 years at Boonesboro. And then after that, we progressed into our partnership with London Downs because of Bill, because Bill Bryant's father-in-law, Ted Counts, owns London Downs.
Yeah.
And so over the last 16 and a half years, we've had H2OLiFe moving in that direction. And we've had an amazing opportunity for impact around the world.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, and I know you do the auction, you do the fundraising, and that's one part of it. But you're one of those guys that actually physically goes and does work, and you bring people with you to help work. And so talk about that, where you've gone. So you started at Haiti. I've known you to do Guatemala. Is Guatemala just the place that you go to now? How did you get into Guatemala?
So I met a guy by the name of Carlos Vargas who owns and operates and is the founder of Hope of Life International. And it's in a remote area of Rio Hondo, Guatemala. And for those of you that want to Google that, it won't show up. So look for Zacapa. So Zacapa is the closest near city nearby Rio Hondo. And so we made that connection with him in 2010. And then along with that, a lot of other connections around the world. But Guatemala is a very good, safe place. I know that there are 3 out of 4 on the do not travel to list, but that's just in the city. But it's a really good place to get in and out of. So if you want to take a short-term missions group, I mean, if I'm taking them to Jinja, Africa, you know, we're traveling for 2 days to spend 3 days on the ground to travel 2 days home. It's a lot to ask for a lot of people. And the people in our groups are all business people. We don't have the typical, I'm just going to say the word church. We don't have the typical church group that travels with us. So Central America is a really good spot to get in and out of without being exhausted.
I guess.
I mean, when I've traveled to Zimbabwe, I mean, it just kills you. I mean, when you get home, you're like, it's like 3 days of recovery until you can really function properly because there's a 12-hour time change.
So you got more time to actually do work too, right? I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can leave Roanoke, Virginia at 6 a.m. and at 12:47 in the afternoon in Guatemala, I'm in country.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I am there in half a day, and then, you know, a 2.5 hour bus ride to the ministry, and we're all checking into our accommodations and having a team meeting and having dinner together. And the next morning at 7 a.m., we're up and at it and after it.
Yeah. So you've helped develop that and build that. And is after you go, are there other groups that come in and also work? Or
there's constant groups that come in and out. Our group is unique because we're one of business-minded, you know, people that come. Most groups are church groups. Nothing wrong with that, obviously.
Yeah.
But most church groups come down, and then whatever need there is for Hope of Life in Guatemala, they'll jump in and, you know, roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty and meet that need. With us, we started out as clean water wells. That's why we're called H2OLiFe. So, for the first 10 years, all we did was wells. And we did those wells all over the world. So if you can provide the basic need of life to somebody, just think about, I mean, you know, I don't know where the camera is, but, you know, here's a bottle that Emma gave me of Dasani clean water. In most of the world, they don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whether it's in plastic or it's coming out of a spigot.
Yeah.
Most of them are drinking dirty water.
Yeah.
So the cycle begins very early in life from malnutrition. And so if you have malnutrition, you do not have an opportunity to be sustainable,
Right.
or to support yourself.
Yeah.
So we started out this whole ministry, digging clean water wells. Because if you give them clean water, all of a sudden they're not sick. They're not malnourished. They don't feel like crap in the morning when they get up. They can actually go out and then work and provide for their families.
Yeah.
So by meeting that basic need, change the cycle of poverty in their lives.
Yeah.
And we got to see that change firsthand in the first 5 years.
Wow.
Because we go back to the same villages. You know, we go to all the new villages we put in wells, and then occasionally we go back to a village that had water, and it was growing.
So you're physically drilling the wells? Or
Not
are you
me
working-
physically.
Right.
Okay. All right, Brian. Let's not get carried away. I love a shovel, but I love to tell people how to use it.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Well, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. But when it's available, we have drilling rigs and machines in countries
Okay.
where we can drill wells. But a lot of remote areas,
Right.
like even in Guatemala, they don't have the capability of either getting a drilling rig or having the funds to do that.
Okay.
Although we raise the funds for the wells
Sure.
to put them in. So a lot of these wells are hand dug.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but fortunately in Guatemala, the water table is very shallow.
Gotcha.
So typically from 60 to 90 feet. You might not think that's very shallow, but you take yourself to Jinja, Africa, or Uganda, where it's 12 to 1,500 feet.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot different story.
Wow.
So what they'll do is they'll start digging this well by hand, the size of this table
Wow.
at the top, and they'll stair step it down until they hit water. And then when they hit water, they'll start sleeving it. And it's the old school pulley system. You remember the masonry wheel where people would pull the bricks up? That's what they use.
Yeah.
So these things are 36 inches in diameter and 1 foot thick concrete liners. And they'll pull them in one at a time, and they'll stack and grout, stack and grout, stack and grout, stack and grout, all the way to the top of the well. And on top of it, they put a concrete lid. Looks like the top of a well here. And then if they have access to electricity, we'll put an electrical pump, drop it down in there, flip a breaker, and water comes out into a sink vat with a little metal roof over top of it. Everybody from the village comes to that area to get clean water. If they don't have access to electricity, a lot of times we'll give them a generator because they have access to fuel. Now, if you're going to the uttermost parts of the earth and you're in Africa and they have neither, if we have the money, we'll put in a solar panel. So basically what it is putting in 3 sections of scaffold bucks, like brick bucks, and then we'll put a solar panel on top of it, charges a battery, what will feed the pump to pull the water up. In the super remote areas, super remote, they have a hand pump. So basically, if you got a 1,000-foot well, you got this really long leverage arm. And they put the kids to work. So when they need water, the kids will start pumping. And it's kind of like a seesaw. And so the kids will pump and they'll take turns. And it literally takes 20 to 40 minutes to get the first drop of water out of the well.
Oh, my goodness.
Because you're priming that pump the whole way up.
Wow.
Think about it. All the way up. And so when you start getting water, you don't want to stop. And so they have these jerry cans. It's like fuel cans. And they fill these jerry cans up with clean water. And so they'll pump for hours and hours and hours. But, dude, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids in these villages. So they'll all come to the well and get things going in the morning, and they'll pump for 3 or 4 hours at a time, to get all their cans filled up so they can take them to their houses and whatnot. And so that's how that happens.
So you start from there, but just recently I remember some of the videos that Jill put up. Y'all have done like dermatology centers, like it's evolved, right? So from where you've started 15 years ago, there's now buildings that you help build for the communities, right?
Yeah. So we started out H2OLiFe. That's our name. That's our brand. But, being project oriented, I mean, you can
I know. You're wanting to build something.
I love to build stuff. Love building stuff. Yeah. So our group, I don't say we got bored because we do wells every year.
Yeah.
That's our basis. We'll always stay at our basis. But we expanded into development. And so over the last 10 years, we have had the opportunity to build a lot of projects in a lot of different countries. Like, for instance, in Ginger, Africa, we went down, and COVID was 2020, February, right?
Yep.
We were there in January of 2020, and we built a church, and we built a well there. And so, fortunately, we got back in time just to hit COVID. And that's what started the whole project-oriented arm, if I could say, of H2OLiFe. And since then, we've had the opportunity to build a vocational school.
Oh, wow.
9,000 square foot.
Holy cow.
And so what's really cool about that is our team, as you alluded to, our team goes every second week of February, every year somewhere. And they pay to go, and they donate their time and their talent to work on that project. When we did that vocational school, it was a 2-year project. We did the first phase of 4,000 square foot 1 year and came back and did the 5,000 square foot addition the next year. And it was so freaking hot. And this was in Zacapa, Guatemala. Then my buddy Mark Burrell was on the roof with me. And I'm like, dude, you need to get off the roof. And Ben, who you interviewed a while back, Ben Walls was with us. And it was so hot on that roof as we were putting that sheet metal on that I mean, I'm like, I'm not going to put him on the roof. I'm not going to be with him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm on the roof crew too. So it was so hot that Mark passed out.
Oh, gosh.
Thank God we had Dr. Craig Petrie with us. So he came down, packed him in ice, gave him some fluids, right on site. He was okay. And I'm like, guys, I'm not feeling good.
Yeah.
And I was still young and, felt like I could tackle the world. And I said, let's get off the roof for a little bit. So I came down off the roof and I took my shoes off and I had blisters on my feet.
Oh, wow.
So I had my sneakers on and my socks on. And then the heat had transferred through my shoes, through my socks, and put blisters on my feet.
Wow, man.
It was so hot. So that's how dedicated the team is.
Yeah.
So we had the opportunity to put that vocational school together. And that vocational school to this day, kids are going through that school. And there's a sawmill on the far end, and there's a paint shop on the other end. You can take a piece of raw wood, goes through the shop, comes out with a piece of furniture.
Wow.
And the kids get to learn that trade every single freaking day. And
I
if
got
they
chills.
can, and if they, and if
You don't think about the impact of something. You just think, oh, well, nice. He built a little vocational school, but you don't realize what it does to that whole country.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm curious, after you did your very first one, because, for me, the farthest I've been is Cabo, Mexico. I haven't.
On
good
vacation.
place to go.
But, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I'm in church. I hear people, they come back, they tell the mission stories. And you said, the Lord, you said, use me, right?
Yeah.
I've had those conversations, but I've never acted on it, just being honest. So when you saw the impact, did it change your life in any way?
Totally. It changed my mindset about everything that I do. Everything that I look at, every business venture that I do, I'm going to use the word leverage. Every relationship that I come into, I am always thinking about how can I leverage this relationship to impact the world, to impact H2OLiFe. How can this person join this group?
Right.
Find out where God is working and join them. And so that's what I do with every relationship that I ever come to. And it happened with me and you, with your condo. You can tell them that story.
Yeah. So we donated a week to his condo just to contribute to the effort.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Star, Evans, and
Wayne,
they're going. I think it's next week if they go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, they got a good week. They got a warm week, Brian. Sorry, had to put that in there.
That is awesome.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I hear church groups and they talk about the missions and stuff, and you go, man, I just can't see myself in doing something like that.
Oh, I can see you doing it from right here.
Right, I know. But
Let's
then I'm
go.
like, and just I've always wondered, well, the impact that it has on you, like, and it's refreshing to know, because you take. We live stream, we do all this stuff, and you're sitting here talking about just giving water to a community.
Yeah.
How impactful that is.
Kevin, and these are exactly the stories I hoped for. We had the veterans last year, and they're American heroes, and you're an American hero. You actually helped the world grow, right? Yeah. You've created something, and I always am amazed. It's just our little town of Lynchburg, how people do this stuff. Yeah. It's just amazing. So for us, we're a conduit to the globe. We have a lot of people that listen. How can they donate? How can they serve their time or their money? How would they be able to donate to what you do?
Well, if you're interested in H2OLiFe, it's H2O-life.org.
Okay.
And so it's a very old website. We're working on it right now. I'm not a technically inclined individual.
Media Squatch is a wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's go. I need your help. But anyway, it's basically just gives you a little bit of intel, and it's old, about what we do and who we are, and has a donation page on the back end. Okay. We're a very unique ministry, and I got to tread really lightly on this. Our board underwrites our ministry. So there's no administrative cost.
Nice.
There's no overhead. There's no salaries. Mm-hmm. There's no anything.
Yeah.
So when you gave me your condo and it raised X.
Good amount. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised.
That X goes directly into the field in those in need.
Mm. I don't think people realize what you just said. I've been around a lot of nonprofit organizations and organizations that do good, But my biggest gripe that I've had with those organizations is they have CEOs, they have boards, and I'm telling you, a large part of their donation goes to these CEOs.
Yeah.
And when you say that, it's refreshing to know that you're directly impacting with every dollar you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm the founder. So you could call me CEO, CFO, CEO, whatever. But I am I'm the founder of H2OLiFe, and then I take zero salary for what I do. And then I, again, leverage my relationships with all of the people that I come in contact with to either get auction items or get a discount on the golf course or get a discount on the catering for the food. And our golfers that come to our event, which is the first Tuesday in October every single year at London Downs.
Okay.
First Tuesday at noon. Make it real easy on everybody. First Tuesday at noon, and our golfers that pay to play golf that day, they underwrite the entire event that day, and they know it. So all of their fees pays for their golf, their lunch, their dinner, the whole 9 yards. And then all of our auction items, like what Trent gave us, are donated. So when we have our live auction, it's 100% in, 100% out.
Wow.
Very
That's
good.
terrific.
What's the future look like for H2OLiFe? What are y'all doing? What's your next things?
All right, so I had this really incredible week just last week. I went back to Guatemala. We take our February trip with the group, and we had 50 business people and kids go with us.
Wow.
Largest group ever this February. Wow. And so a follow-up group to that, I connected with Thomas Road Baptist Church and Pastor Stephen Thomas, who does the young adults. And he says, hey, I want to take 20 kids, but I need you to come. I'm like, okay.
Use me again.
Like, I was just there 2 weeks ago, bro. So anyway, all good. Got to go and got to see those kids serve and get plugged in. And it was just incredible. And I made these amazing connections with these two doctors. One was Freddie from El Salvador, and one was Dr. Bob from Lakeland, Florida. And I met them in this very unique way. They were standing on the side of the road, and I was in a four-wheeler, and I was coming down the hill. And I said, hey, guys, you need a taxi? He goes, no, I'm looking for my drone. And, fast forward, I was like, you know what? I got shorts on, the incline on like this. What do you call this grade of slope, Trent?
Dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Half to one.
Yeah, so it's like you sit down and traverse down the slope with thorns and whatever. And so anyway, for the next hour, I helped him find his drone.
Oh, wow.
And we made this connection in that hour being in the woods. And he goes like, dude, I've never been to Guatemala before, and I'm fired up. Most of the time he goes to Jamaica and El Salvador. And I want you to set in on a level 1 surgery this afternoon. I don't know if I can say this in the United States, but it is in Guatemala. So I got to scrub in that afternoon.
Wow.
And then watch him remove a lymphoma. And I got to repeat that process the next day, and he did 3. And so we just made this great connection. And I said, dude, where do we need to go next? Because last year we did a women's clinic and an oncology center in the hospital there in Rio Hondo at H2OLiFe International. The previous year we did a dermatology center with Dr. Rye Bornstead of Seven Hills Dermatology right here in Lynchburg, Virginia, or there, we're in Bedford, which is amazing. They see an average of 50 patients a day.
Wow.
Talking about sustainability. And H2OLiFe built that facility. H2OLiFe built the oncology center. Along with Thomas Road, H2OLiFe built the women's clinic. And so meeting the doctor was an answer to prayer, because I'm no medical guy. Give me a set of drawings and I'll go vertical in anything you want to. But, I don't have any ideas of what we need.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Bob, he told me, he said, dude, you need a radiology lab and a blood lab. You need to be able to screen these patients when they come in, because you're sending everything out and it's taking a freaking week to come back. And by the time, they're back home, we had to sew them back up. And so our goal for the next year, 2027, is we're going to put in a radiology center and a lab in the hospital where we already have an emergency room, a dental clinic, an oncology center, and a women's center.
Wow.
It's already there. Now we're going to pull the pieces together.
Sure.
because of that connection I got to make with Dr. Bob looking for a freaking drone on this crazy slope where I was getting tore to pieces.
But that is who you are, man. You're an amazing guy.
Yeah.
That's incredibly cool.
So, I mean, it was the answer to prayer, to run into him on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I had no idea that was going to happen.
Me, the engineer, would have just kept driving like I didn't see him.
Pull your head down.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's amazing. That's good stuff.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing. It's been a blessing to hear it, and I'm sure those people listening are as amazed as I am.
Yeah.
But before we let you get out of here, we always ask our guests a special question.
Yeah.
If you could choose one person, any person ever in history or current, that you could just hang out with for one day and just chill, who would it be with, and where would you hang out?
Oh my gosh! I mean, I've gotten to hang out with this person an incredible amount of time in my life, but he has passed since, and it would be Dr. Jerry Falwell.
Oh,
So
first time we've had that answer.
Great answer, yeah.
yeah, I had the fortunate to meet Jonathan Falwell Jr. Not Jr. He's Jonathan Falwell in 1980 at Treasure Island.
Yeah.
And we hit it off. And so we became friends, and that's when I switched over from public school to back then Lynchburg Christian Academy, now Liberty Christian Academy. And so got to know him. We became really good buddies. And then obviously I got to connect with his dad, and then we got to spend a lot of time at his house on Piedmont. Got to know Maisel, his mom, very well. And just to see that man's work ethic and drive to reach the world for Christ. I mean, he was driven. Yeah. I mean, this guy could operate on no sleep.
Yeah.
He literally slept in cars and on airplanes, and then 2 or 3 hours at night. So if I got the opportunity to go back and reconversate with somebody that was sitting right here, it would be Jerry Falwell, because he was such a huge influence on me. I mean, he took a vested interest in me at age 15, as he did so many other people.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, my wife's got the story that she lived on Toledo Avenue, and then he knocked on her door, in the late 60s, early 70s, and invited her to come to church and their whole family. And he said, you know what? Even if you don't come, I'm sending the bus. Yeah. And so on Wednesday nights, the bus would pick her up in front of her house and take her to Awana's every friggin' week. She was the only one out of the house I would go. She's got this crazy story. So he impacted me so much and instilled on me so much over the years that I got to know him, that I got to know his family, that I got to connect with his son, Jonathan, who is one of my best friends today, that, he had this phrase called BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And that never left my mind. Like, no goal is too big for God. Sure. Zero goal is too big for God. Yeah. Nothing of great importance is accomplished apart from prayer. With prayer and God, you can do anything. You can move mountains, and you can change the world.
Wow. Thank you again, Kevin Foster with H2OLiFe. Thank you for being on the program.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Awesome stuff, man. Thank you.